New gear today, but you got to put it on something. Harbor Freight, that's what we're talking about today. Their 100-pound capacity welding cart retailing for $39.95. Find a 20% off coupon when you can. Will it get us through long enough to actually build the cart that we want? Stand by. This is gonna sound so much better if I turn the microphone on. So I am not going to bore you with putting this together. We're just going to look very quickly and show you the things that I see that are okay and the things that might be somewhat questionable. The casters they're okay. They're open bearing casters. I can see right in. You can see where all the bearings are. How long do you think that's going to take to goo up? Not very long. The axle, God love them, is a solid piece of bar. It's not just a tube. So there's something going for that. These are single piece solid molded wheels. No, they're not. It has a hub. It has a plastic hub. Rubber tires. You know, it'll be all right. Let's. I'm gonna put this together, and then we'll take a look at what it's like then. All right. From the get-go, it's kind of interesting. Okay, that is a huge waste of space. They could have put that there. Then there's an illustration to put a wheel on with a washer and a cotter pin. Okay, I kind of get that. There's an illustration on how to put nuts and bolts through a plate to attach to the bottom plate. Okay, I kind of get that. Then they tell you how to put one side on the side of your wheeled cart. Okay, and then they just kind of give you written instructions, and they took enough time to show you how to put a cotter pin through a hole on a shaft with a washer, but they're not going to tell you how to put the rest of that together. Now, you can figure out how to do this. I can figure out how to do this. This is more anything from a technical writer standpoint. If you're going to go through the effort and you are only limited to this many pages, make the print a tiny bit smaller. Use this big empty space that you have over here. How many times do you have to remind us that this is a Chicago Electric product? Okay, that's a good place for that. Okay. This, okay, well I just saw that, so why do I need to see this again? Make this a little bit smaller. If you're going to spring for 3 drawings, spring for 5. And now you've got this big empty space here. This could have been tightened up. That's handy to have, but let me tell you something. If you don't already know this about Harbor Freight or any of the Harbor Freight brands, you need to know this. Parts list and diagram here is absolutely zero assurance that you can get a part for this. Let me say that again. Just because there's an exploded parts diagram and a part number does not mean you can get that part or this part, okay? Because I have central machinery stuff in this shop that is currently in production that I cannot get parts for. Currently in production that I cannot get parts for. Let that sink in to you. One of the reasons you go with companies that charge a little bit more for their items is because there is a supply chain. And I can go somewhere and I can order a part. I can go to the manufacturer or they will give me the specs and I can go somewhere else like Granger and I can order a part like this. This is one of the big things that always cheeses me off and why I'm always reluctant to buy stuff. But if I spent all my monies on the welder, then I don't have no monies left over, and I gotta find the low monies item to get my job done. Okay, I'm stepping off my soapbox. I'm gonna get this thing put back together. Sorry about that. All right, there we are. Can we even see the silly thing? Yeah, we can. We're all right. I'm going to stand in front of the camera again too, because that's always the sign of a good filmmaker, right? So if you are at all familiar with the concept of mise en place, then if you have all of your tools in one spot, you can put this thing together in 15 minutes. It's just not that hard. Make sure this tray has the shelf downwards, because there actually is a bent bevel in the back, and if you try to put it on upside down, no worky. So it has the safety chains on the back. Not sure if we're going to continue on with this. Friend of the channel, Jay, who has loaned me his Lincoln MIG welder, has a similar cart, and he has it in a different configuration in the back. I'll put a picture of that up here. And I kind of like that because you don't have to worry about the chains or anything. And I got a bunch of scrap wood that I could use to make things, and maybe we'll do that. But you know, we got a lot of stuff to do all of a sudden, and maybe we'll do that another day. So as it is put together, it's not bad. Is it worth 40 bucks? Minus 20%? It's all right. There's something I don't like about it. Oh, here. Oh, I bet that sounded good, didn't it? Here's one thing I don't like. There's a bunch of slop between this axle and this axle tube. I'm sure we could fix it somehow. If that's the kind of thing that bothers you, I'm probably not going to worry about it very much until it starts to do something stupid, and then I'll know what it was, and then I'll know probably just should have fixed it in the beginning. So anyways, that is the smallest welding cart that you can get at Harbor Freight. Again, $39.99 is the retail. Make sure you get one of their coupons, a 20 or a 25% off coupon, and goes together okay. Oh hey, somebody, oh no. Yeah, we'll screen you and you're not going to want to say anything. So fun's going to come, because this is going to rear its cute little head in the next video when we unbox our new TIG welder and we actually try to fit it on this cart. And I have a feeling we may have to fabricate some sort of a tab structure in order to get that welder to sit on the top of here nicely. I think it might be a little too big. But anyways, then we get to make something. Making something's cool, right? Yay! Anyways, I'm James. This is RATTLECAN Fab Shop. Cheers. I hope you found this episode educational or entertaining, or maybe even both. You might want to check this one out as well. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell to be notified when new videos drop. And if you got comments, make sure you put them down beneath the sermon notes. Thanks for hanging out with us here at the RATTLECAN Fab Shop. Y'all have a good one. Cheers.